Okay, you know what it's like. You want to take a town, but you don't want to lose 1,000 men trying to do it, and maybe it's not even possible for you to raise that size of an army to do it. So we're going to do, well, we are going to raise 1,000 men, but we're not going to need them, as it turns out, and I'm going to show you why in this video. And oh, look at that, he did it, and yes, we are in business. Before we get started, please consider liking and subscribing. It would do a lot to help the channel out. So what we're doing here is creating a separate party. I've picked one of my companions as the leader, and I'm loading up with a bunch of really high level troops. You'll want to make sure you're using high level troops so that once you get beyond the walls you can win. So now that I've done this, I'm going to do the same thing with another companion, and the reason I can do that with high level troops is I'm sitting in Aster, one of my castles, which has a lot of high level troops. So I was able to I didn't record that, but I went right back into Aster, grabbed a bunch more troops, and I'm loading up this companion with more of those troops. Okay, let's start the army. We're going to click the flags. We're going to pull these two parties that we just created into our party. It's not going to cost any influence. That's nice. They're at the bottom there. And then we're going to start picking out other groups to join us. Pretty much everybody who isn't in an army. And I did look to make sure that there was some availability, make sure we had enough people for an army. Okay, now I've gone down south to Abcomer. It's my castle just a little bit south of Aster, and I'm filling out the rest of my troops so that I have a full complement of high level troops myself. Okay, now that we're full up, we're ready to start the siege. So Pen Cannoc is just a little bit north of me there, and you can see that we have 4 armies about to join us. Yep, here they come. We're going to start the siege and let the rest of the parties catch us. This is a good time to talk about the money that you're going to have to spend. When we started, we had 41.1k, and we're down to 24.9k. That's about to tick down again. There it is, 19.2k. This is very expensive to hold an army, so you want to get this done as fast as possible. I believe by the time we start the fight, I'm down to like 4k dinars, so 40k is about minimum that you're going to need to pull this off if you can do it as fast as I just did it here. Okay, this is where the real magic happens. You can see I've already started building my onagers. I'm building 4 of them, and as soon as we complete one, we're going to remove it and put it in reserve so that it doesn't get attacked by all the onagers from the enemy. Now, even though it looks like I removed it, it did get hit. All of these are going to get hit except for maybe the last one, but even though the animation doesn't show that, oh, I took damage, when I restore these, and I will here in just a minute, you'll see that they are damaged, but it's going to serve its purpose. You'll see this is why you don't lose so many men, because you have these onagers in the field. Okay, if you've noticed, while we've been building the onagers, the money has been ticking down. This doesn't stop just because we started the siege, and so that 40k has dropped 90% down to 4k, and if I let it tick one more time, we're going to be in trouble. So I'm going to have to finish this siege and then start the battle. Okay, let's let this run just a few more seconds to finish that last onager. Then we're going to pause the game, we're going to restore all the onagers, and then we'll start the battle. Almost there. As soon as it finishes, pause the game. Now I'm going to go restore each of these onagers, and we're ready to start the battle now. You see how they do have some damage, except for that last one. Okay, let's do the assault. Okay, this entire section is just me picking which lords will lead which parties, so I've sped it up, and then the rest of the companions and lords I'm just sticking in random, well, maybe infantry groups. I didn't want to cut it out, but there's really nothing special going on here. I do move some troops up as far as I can, spread them out a little bit, and then we're just going to start the fight. Okay, let's get it started. I'm just going to issue a charge command for all troops. Start charging up with my own guys. See, they took my horse with them. There's the onagers firing on their walls.
Soldiers!
Now I'm delegating command on the archers.
Sergeants, take command! Infantry! Archers! Follow your sergeant! Soldier under my troops! Archers, hear me!
And my last two, it looks like I delegated command off. Okay, I need to redo those two.
Troops! Sergeants in charge!
There we
Archers!
go.
Take over command!
See the onagers doing work. They're killing some of ours, we're killing some of theirs. Now this whole battle takes about 6 minutes. Because the troops are so high level, once we get on the walls up there, the tide will turn really quick. Although we're not really losing a lot of men, as you can see. And all the men over here don't know how to climb ladders. These troops aren't doing too great on getting up there. Lost a few more men there. Onager hit. Let's see over here on this wall, the troops are doing much better. These guys need to teach the guys on my side how to climb. And I'm going to go join the competent climbers over here on this wall. So I believe in total we lost about 200 troops, but more than half of that were injured. So the deaths were only like 92. And you can see now that there's a whole lot of green and not a lot of red on the screen. But this is where I couldn't quite get into the fight. Now I use my camera controls. That's kind of cool. Lots of green now. Fast forward it and move through the fight. From here it's just cleanup, right? There's not any surprises in store. It's just going through the town and finding the remaining guys. So I'm going to cut to the end here. Okay, here's the end of the battle for the walls. You see we lost 92 men, we had 126 wounded. My party, I lost 14. And there were over 500 men Is that 553 men defending? Now we do have one more battle to do inside the keep, and since I was so viciously thrown from the walls, I won't be able to participate. So I'm just going to send troops, and I'm going to pick my Valandian sergeants, since they're great troops, to go finish the battle for me. And then we'll just watch on the screen here as they finish off the defenders. I feel like this battle could have been won with half of what I took in there, so maybe 500 men, probably, possibly less, but you may just lose a little more men. Okay, one final last tip. If you already have prisoners and you want to only take the highest tier prisoners, you can sort by a tier, hit the little arrow to drop it back down, and then just get the highest level. You can see I just left the volunteers here and the looters. Alright, that's it. We'll talk to you next time.